All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, our DJ. Thank you, DJ, our virtual DJ. We appreciate you. All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, entrepreneurs from all over Africa and across the world. How are we doing today? For those are in the morning, hours the night. Those are, they're in the afternoon, how's the day going? And those who are in the evening, according to our time zones. How are we doing today? I trust you are faring so well. So it's another beautiful Saturday today. It's another beautiful day. And we want to welcome every entrepreneur into another Entrepreneurs Assembly, the 207th of its kind. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's amazing. And before I proceed into what we are diving into today, before we really dive into the speaking engagement for today, I would like to appreciate our time-conscious speaker. He's in the room. Wow, amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining us now. And also, before we go right in, I would like us to watch a video and pick one or two things from it. Admin, can we have the video? Thank you.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1. Always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2. Your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3. Your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4. Always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5. Your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6. Always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7. Always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8. Remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9. Always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10. Always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11. Eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12. When speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13. Be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14. Always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15, always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating I'm done or thank you. Number 16, do not exceed your time limit. Number 17, always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18, make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19, always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20, most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Oh, super amazing. I thank you so much, admin. I hope we have been able to pick one or two things from that video, one or two lessons, one or two, words from that video. Thank you so much. And like you rightly hear, this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. We are Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, the largest gathering of entrepreneurs across Africa. And this is one of the things we do every Saturday. Also, you please, if you're in a comfortable space, kindly switch on your camera. Please kindly do so. This is to help us, get to know each other very well. Thank you so much. If you are joining us for the first time, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. And I would like to tell you that you are welcome to the community of the largest entrepreneurs in Africa. In this community, in this space, all we do is entrepreneurship. And it is our year of leading. It's our year of leading. And so we lead and you lead. At every assembly, towards the end of the assembly, we always chant our chant, and it is taken out of our mantra, and it is, if you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? So we have these, our hands put together like this. Thank you, admin, for sharing the screen. This is our slogan. If you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? That is to tell you and to challenge you that if you all by yourself can take your business this far, now imagine we are together. Imagine how much we can achieve together. Thank you so much, admin. Thank you so much. And if you want to be a part of, you want to join the community, want to be a part of our membership, kindly reach out to the admin. Admin will be dropping an information at the chat now, and you can get to access that from there. Okay, so in the course of the week, we had a couple of testimonials. We always have testimonials at the AYE every week. So probably before I read out the testimonials I have here with me, if you have a testimonial to share, you have a word to share, kindly reach out, kindly put on your reaction button, and I will do well to call you. And while we are doing that, I will read out a couple of testimonials that we have here. This is from Amina, and she's from Rwanda. She said, before joining AYE, I was navigating my business journey with limited guidance and resources. The network, mentorship, and collaborative spirit I've experienced here have transformed the way I think, the way I operate as an entrepreneur. Now I am scaling with confidence and clarity. Wow. That's so beautiful to hear from you, Amina. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonials with us. We appreciate that. Also, this is another one from Peter from Zambia. He mentioned, AYE opened doors I never imagined possible. Through their trainings and networking platforms, I connected with industry leaders who not only believed in my vision, but invested in it. Today, my agri-tech startup is reaching rural communities and making a measurable impact. That is from Peter from Zambia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonials with us. If you have it, yeah, let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. So if you have a testimonial you'd like to share, you can do well to reach out to to the check the chat. There is an information for you there. Thank you so much. And before we really dive in, because right about time, our speaker is going to be coming up to speak to us. I would like you to do something. Do you know what I want you to do? I need you to pick the link to this video from the chat box. Send it to your friends, send it to your brothers, send it to your sisters, send it to your family members. In fact, send it to your enemy. Let your enemy pick a knowledge or two from here. Probably if he's knowledgeable enough and has a lot of understanding, he or she wouldn't have been your enemy, by the way. You understand? All right, thank you so much. So please share the link, get people into the platform. Let us learn together. Right about now, we would like to bring up our speaker. Our speaker, Jermaine Gaines, is a multifaceted Christian hip hop artist, empowerment speaker, and wellness coach, and preacher whose work bridges faith, health, and personal transformation. Based in Watford, a Dallas area of Texas, he is a visionary founder of the Reset Community, a movement dedicated to restoring 100,000 lives through its proprietary Reset framework, a spiritual and practical approach to healing, reclaiming purpose, and rebuilding wholeness. With a commanding presence on various media platforms, Jermaine uses digital media to reach out to global audience with messages rooted in faith, discipline, and empowerment. His content weaves together motivational speaking, teaching, music, and ministry. He's widely respected for his authenticity and consistency. And his message is rich as both a leader and a coach. Please, entrepreneurs across Africa, with the clapping ovation and our AYE clap, let's bring to the mic, as I give the mic to our speaker, Mr. Jermaine Gaines. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am super excited. I'm super excited. I'm honored to be here with y'all today. Man, where do we start? Let's jump straight in. I'm gonna be prompt. The first thing that I want you to ask yourself, what legacy do I have a desire to leave? Okay. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about leading with purpose and building a business that will outlive you. And it starts with, what legacy do I want to leave behind? When we started this journey with the Reset community ourselves, one of the things that we saw that there was so much brokenness. We saw an opportunity to be able to help people get healthy. We saw an opportunity to help people be restored, because there was just so much brokenness going on in our community. And when we took a step back, we said, okay, there's a lot of people talking to bring impact so that we can bridge the gap. And that's what business is. The people that make the most money in business, they are problem solvers. So we got to find a problem that needs to be solved, and it's not just out of convenience. And even if your product or your service is out of convenience, you need to find a way to make it a problem that is being solved. Okay? So the first thing that I want you to do me a favor, by a show of hands, how many of us want to build something that's going to last? If you want to build something that's going to last, let me see by a show of hands. If you want to build something that is going to last, if you want to build something that's going to last, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. All right. So the exciting part about that means that I'm talking to the right people. Okay. Let me ask you this question right here. Wherever your business currently is right now, If you were to take 6 months, just 6 months, and you were to step away from your business for 6 months, what do you think would happen to your business? So the reason why I asked you that question, because a lot of the time the personality of people are so bright. We got this ambition. We feel like we're the anomaly. And with a mic in our hand, we can cultivate a room. But the concept of building something that's going to outlive you, the concept of building something that is bigger than just you, it has a lot to do with building in a system that will allow it to continue to grow even if you're not in a room. So we do want to be excited about being in the front of the room when the time is right, but you want your business to be wrapped inside of a system. You want to build a system that if you're not in the room, the business will continue to build. Because the truth of the matter is, we're not just here to create income. We're here to create impact. Income fades, impact has an echo. Impact is going to echo throughout the eons. Impact is going to go generational. Impact is where your income should be developed from. Because of the impact that you have in the marketplace, all of a sudden the income begins to come. All right. What I need us to understand is that purpose is your why. It fuels your motivation whenever it fuels your energy whenever your motivation fades. Let me ask you this question. Show of hands. If you have had a moment in your business where you felt your motivation low, let me see a show of hands. If you've ever had that moment where you felt motivation was low while you're building the business, if you've ever had that moment, show of hands. Let me see a show of hands. All right. We all have. And that, my friends, is when your why stands up. For myself, not only and here's the cool thing. The cool thing is you're going to have a big why. Man, I want to provide a lifestyle for my family. Cool. But then there has to be something that's outside of your household that is a part of your why. It has to be something that is big enough that will cause other people to be able to see into your vision and now have a desire to actually get invested into what you're doing. If you're a believer in the Bible, it talks about write the vision, make it plain so that the people that see it may run. And the purpose of the vision is for other people to be able to see it, be able to look at what value they can bring to the table of the vision. Okay. This is what I want you to do. I want you to process, and just for a second, close your eyes. Just for a second, close your eyes. And I want you to think to yourself, 30 years from now, you're not in the room. 50 years from now, you're not in the room. Who is continuing to build your business? I want you to see in your mind what that person looks like. I want you to see in your mind what that team looks like. I want you to visualize in your mind what that business looks like with you not in the room. Okay, open your eyes. Those are the people that you want to be connected to. Those are the people that you're searching for. Whatever you just saw in your mind, whether that's somebody who is tall, short, whether that's somebody who is whatever that looks like, somebody who's a leader, those are the people that you want to actually approach. And we start by actually knowing why we're doing what we're doing. So now we can go back and we can put the people in place that are going to bring that value to the table. All right. So what I want to do, I want to give you 3 pillars of building a legacy business. Okay. I want to give you 3 pillars of building a legacy business if you're taking notes. Okay. Number 1, vision beyond yourself. Okay. So going back to the concept of your eyes being closed and you're visualizing what the business is going to look like, I want you to ask yourself, what impact do you want your business to have? I want you to what impact do you want your business to have? Whether you're starting a school, whether you're opening up a store and you want your store to actually be a pillar in your community so that people can come and not have to go across the city in order to get what they're looking for. Whether you want to inspire other entrepreneurs and all of a sudden now you got a group of young entrepreneurs that are winning and thriving in what we're doing. For me, I want to see the body of Christ restored. That is the vision that I see. Right now, there's so much brokenness in the body. There is people that need healing, people that need restoration, people you go to church and the ushers are sitting down because they're dealing with inflammation. And I have this vision where Ushers are standing up with no inflammation in their knees. Pastors are able to preach and they have mental clarity, elevated mental stamina. There's a boost in your mood, and all of a sudden you're able to thrive at the very highest level. And when you step away from the church, the wives are able to come home, the husbands are able to come home, and they're able to serve the family without having to say, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. Do y'all see that even if I'm not in the room, how that can impact the lives of so many people around the world? Your vision for what you want and it to last past you, it has to be bigger than you. Now, I know you're thinking, but Jermaine, I started the business because I got desires for myself. There's nothing wrong. You can do the right things for multiple reasons. Okay. So I want you to understand that as you're building this business, it is not selfish to say, I want to make this much money. It's not selfish. That's not selfish. That is a part of building in your vision. But you have to make sure that we understand as we're going to build it and multiply it and expand it, it has to be something where other people are able to see the value in it for them. Okay. Now, which brings us to pillar number 2. It's people over products. People over services. Yes, I'm excited that your business and your service is super exciting. I'm excited that your product is having a massive impact if somebody does it and they use it. But let's call it what it is. People don't care what you do until they know why you do it. They want to know why you're doing what you're doing and how it can impact the people. You don't build a business. You build people, and people build businesses. Let me say that again. If you're writing this down, you don't build businesses. You build people, and people build businesses. Okay? The reason why that is so crucial, a legacy is built with leaders, not customers. Okay? Let me hear you say that. I know everybody muted, but just say it out loud. Leaders last longer than products. Leaders last longer than products. I want you to say that real quick. Leaders last longer than products. Leaders last longer than products. Okay. Your job, our job as entrepreneurs, is to empower others so that the mission spreads without micromanaging. I know it's your baby. I know you started this and you're super excited about it growing, but the goal is to empower other people so that you don't have to micromanage and it can grow whenever you're not in the room. Which brings us to point 3. Systems over personality. Systems over personality. So when I was a pastor at one of the churches that I've been with, I remember having a conversation and I heard somebody say this right here. He's still a really good friend of mine. He said, you copy systems, you create culture. Copy systems, create culture. Well, so what you want to do, whatever industry you are in, you want to look at some business, a business that is in your same industry, in your same business model, and you want to look at the things that they do really, really well. What systems do they have in place? Whether that's a closing time or opening time, whether that is meetings that they have, whatever it is, you want to look at the system that they have in place. Use the system, and then you're going to create culture because your business is going to have the culture that you create. That is where it begins to duplicate. Okay. Here's the thing. If your business only works because you're in the room, it will die when you leave. If your business only works when you're in the room, it will die when you leave. The goal is for you to create a system, culture that literally that the value is so strong that when you walk out of the room, that you're still just a bonus versus the necessity being in the room. I'll give you an example. Think about every national sports organization. And so you can think about FIBA, you can think about the NFL, the NBA, you can think about MLB, you think about every different sporting industry that you can think of. Even if you have one star and that's a huge bonus, they got somebody who's carrying the league. If that person is not playing that night, there's still thousands of people in the arena because they have a system in place that if one person left, it is still going to continue to grow. Okay. So This is what I want to ask you this right here. What is one thing in your business right now that only you can do? Right now in your business, what is one thing that's in your business that only you are able to do right now in your business? You're the only person that does it. Whatever it is, whatever that one thing is, I want you to think about it. Okay? And then this is the exciting part. This is the challenging part. My challenge for you is to teach somebody else to do it. In order to create legacy, in order to create massive impact, we have to actually begin to create our successors. And it ain't about it only being about you. We literally have to train other people to do what we do if we're going to leave an impact. That is literally the call to creating a business. Like if a store wants to have, you know what, we got new managers. So what we're going to do, we're going to have managers training. They identify one or two people that they see that could be a manager at some point, and they begin to train those people so that when they step away, the people are able to still continue the business. Okay. So now this is what I want you to do. I want you to write this down. I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. Okay. I want you to create your legacy statement. That's what I want you to do. I want you to work on creating your legacy statement. Okay. It's more than a mission statement. It is your internal why. Okay. On your notepad, that's what I want you to write. I want to be remembered for. I want to be remembered for. I want to be remembered for. And then your challenge is to fill in the blank. What do you want to be remembered for? And that could be for your family. That can be for your community. That could be for your culture. Whatever you want to leave behind. Whenever Jermaine's time is done, I want to be remembered as somebody who laid it on the line and helped restore the body of Christ. Because do you want to be remembered somebody who just built a business or somebody who left an impact? Right? Here's number 2. Okay, this is number 2. I got three challenges for you. 3 challenges for you. Number 2, I want you to multiply your leadership. You might be thinking, Jermaine, I'm the only person in my business right now. I know, but you got to multiply your leadership if you're going to create an impact and leave a legacy. I want you to look around in your sphere, whether that's at your school, whether that's at your job, whether that's at whatever, at your church. And I want you to ask yourself, the people that you mentor today, could they be the ones carrying your vision tomorrow? Which means that we got to be more intentional about the conversations that we are having. If we're going to be entrepreneurs, we have to play a little bit less. And I'm talking about being goofy. I'm saying, listen, laugh, have fun, joy, all of that. But when it's time to do business, if you're going to leave a legacy, you need to be identified as somebody who is a leader, not somebody who's goofy, who's always just playing around. There has to be an elevation of the way that you are viewed in your capacity of influence. And then here's number 3, which kind of piggybacks on what we talked about. I want you to document and systemize. If you disappear tomorrow, can someone step in and still run the vision? If you cannot, we got work to do. Because a broke legacy will not survive. You want to build a revenue model that funds the mission because impact requires income. Let me ask you this question. I already said it, but let me ask it again. When you're done, will they say you built a business or will they say you built a movement? I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and I'll say this in closing. I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and this is what we talked about. I asked him 2 questions, and I'm going to ask y'all these same 2 questions. It is going to sound like I'm asking the same question. I am not asking the same question. It's going to sound like it, but I'm not asking the same question. The first question that I ask is, who's praying for you? I want you to ask yourself this question. Who is praying for me? And I already know somebody said my pastor. I already know somebody said my mama. I already know somebody said my cousin, my best friend, my wife, my boo, my brother. I already know those are the people that we normally will say. And that's awesome that that's your answer. Here's my second question. It is literally going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I promise you that I'm not. The second question is, who's praying for you? All right, let me explain. The first time I was asking, who wants you to win? Who's praying for you? Who's excited about you doing good? The second question I asked was, who is stuck in their situation and you showing up to be who you were called and created to be? You're the answer to their prayers. They're praying because they need what's inside of you. They're praying because they need your store. They're praying because they need your business. They're praying because they need your product. They're praying because they need the service that you're going to bring to the marketplace. And if you don't show up, even when you don't feel like it, if you're not disciplined, if you don't build the system, then it will never reach their front door. It'll never reach their household. They'll never get the benefits of the greatness that's inside of you. We have to make the decision that we are going to focus on being great, not just being in business, but we're going to focus on legacy. We're going to focus on being great. We're going to focus on impact. And all of a sudden, lives begin to change forever because you showed up. I'll say this in closing. We have to reset for greatness. Reset for greatness. We have to reset to win. We have to reset to restore. We have to reset. So that means that wherever you currently are, when I say reset, I'm not saying start all over again. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying look at your game plan, your business model, make the necessary tweaks so that you can reset yourself on the path that's going to lead to the destination that you're headed towards. Okay? Greatness is a choice. I challenge you to choose greatness today. That's my time. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
Wow. 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 Can we put our hands together for Mr. Jermaine? That was awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine, for this power-packed and awesome session. Now, Mr. Jermaine, I want you to keep your eyes on the screen, and we're going to be showing you the largest number of online law. I want everybody, let's hit the reaction button. Let's show Mr. Jermaine our law. Mr. Jermaine, we love you so much. Thank you for impacting us. We've been impacted. It has been so impactful. And wow. In fact, my jotters are literally filled, and I don't even know where to start from. Well, it's feedback session, and I'm going to be coordinating it. So if you are here, you have a question that you love to ask Mr. Jermaine, or probably you have something that resonated so well with you and you just love to bring it up again, you can just hit the reaction button, just raise your hand. I can see Elizabeth. But before I go into the actual feedback session, Mr. Jermaine, you threw some punches, when you were talking, and I felt I should reiterate it again. He said, if the business works only when you are in the room, it will die when you leave. Wow. That's awesome. If the business works only when you are in the room, it will die when you leave. And you said something also. You said, we are not just here to make income. We are in business to make impact. I can assure you, Mr. Jermaine, this has been a reflective session for me personally and for every entrepreneur on this platform, because in our push for profits, you've done a kind of mind reset to let us know what needs to be prioritized. Number one, purpose needs to be prioritized. People needs to be prioritized. Beyond profit, you see, profit will flow automatically to where purpose is. Profit will flow automatically when people of purpose are pushing and driving to solve a problem. So thank you so much for all these punch lines, and you gave us. You mentioned 3 pillars. You said the pillar of impact over income. You also said the pillar of people over product. Then the last one, you said the pillar of system over personality. Wow, wow, wow. That was super packed. And you gave us some action step. And the first one I have here, I have never thought of it, in that direction before. You see, I've for many years now, I've been working around youth. What I do is youth empowerment. And I've always been helping them when it comes to their vision statement, when it comes to their mission statement, when it comes to their core values. I help entrepreneurs and youth to involve, vision and mission statement that is aligned with the problem to solve. But you said something today. You said we should create a legacy statement, and I'm going to be adding that to my list now. So beyond vision, beyond mission, you also need to have a legacy statement. Most of us don't even have a legacy statement. We have vision statement. This is what I want to do. You have mission statement. This is how I want to do it. But you seldom see people with a legacy statement. And I'm challenging all of us today. It's an assignment that we must all do. Go write your legacy statement. How do you want to be remembered? So thank you so much once again, Mr. Jermaine. And I think somebody raised his hand earlier. So, okay, thank you, Olushola. Then do I have any other person? So probably maybe I'm going to start from Olushola. But before I start from Mr. Olushola, Mr. Jermaine, I want to ask you this question. When you are talking about business, building a business, the topic is leading with purpose, building a business that outlives you. Now, my question is this. When you are looking at the life of a business, sometimes your business will evolve beyond you. You have to bring in some stakeholders, probably partners, and some other things like that. Now, if your business gets to a level where you need to bring in stakeholders, partners, and some other things, how do you convince stakeholders? Most of the time, the reason why stakeholders come into business is because they want to make profit. So even if you have the mind of purpose, how do you convince stakeholders to prioritize purpose more than profit? That is my question to you, Mr. Jermaine. The mic is yours.
Okay, very good. That's a phenomenal question. Okay, phenomenal question. The first thing that you're going to do, the first thing you have to do in that scenario, and you have to separate your convictions to their honesty, to their truth. Okay, their truth, not your truth, their truth. Okay, because you said it on the nail. They're in it for profits. And you have to write out the long-term vision in such a way that they can conceive the ideal for profits. You have to get really good at casting vision, essentially. Okay. And this is what I mean when I say cast vision. And when I heard this for the first time, it shook me, but I'm going to give it to you. TV, right? TV stands for television. But if we were to take television and we were to break it down into 3 words, what would you get? If you were to separate television and you had 3 words and you were saying 3 separate words, what would you get? Tell a vision. So we sit and we watch shows, we sit and we watch whatever it is, and they are telling you a vision. And after the first episode, you're so locked in to them telling you a vision. You sit there and you watch 6 seasons of them telling you a vision because you're trying to get to whatever the end of the vision is. The same thing is in reverse. If you start a show and it's not really grabbing you, it's not really capturing you, you're like, let me watch a different vision. So you have to get really good, and it takes time. It takes going through some no's. It takes going through some disappointments. It takes going through some highs, some lows, but you get really good at telling the vision, and all of a sudden The same person who would have said no to you 6 months ago, and you went through all of the no's, you spin the block, you come back to the same person with the same mission, but you tell the vision in a higher way, a better way. All of a sudden, now they can see for themselves how it can turn into profit. Hey, brother, I want to be in business with you. So that is how you bring other vision stakeholders on, because you got to get really good at telling the vision where they can see for them the profit, but it locks into the long-term goal of what you're trying to accomplish.
Wow, 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 Mr. Jermaine. It seems like I can't have enough of you, because you know the way you analyze television, television, and you said something. You said be good at telling and sharing your vision. So you don't just keep the conviction with you. You have to share it with others so that they can flow with you, you know, on your journey of driving purpose coupled with profit, not just the profit side alone. Thank you so much for that wonderful insight. So I have with me here Mr. Lushola and Mr. Charles. So I'm going to be calling Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, the mic is yours. You have 2 minutes maximum.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga. Thank you, Mr. Jermaine. It's a wonderful session with you, and I love everything that you've spoken about today, and most of the points resonated well with me. But however, I have a question, and I'll go straight to the question. It's how can you safeguard your legacy while giving your successors enough freedom to innovate? Like, how do you safeguard your legacy that you want to build while giving those your successors or people that you've built enough freedom to innovate? Thank you.
Very good question. Okay. So there's a couple layers into that question. That's actually a really good question. That's a really good question. There's a couple layers that are built into that question. Okay. So the first thing is you got to get real clear we're going to go right back to the vision. You have to get real clear with the vision first, because the clearer you are with the vision, now you're able to know how far out of the parameters, how far out of the picture we can actually expand and still be going down the same road. Okay. So I want you just to picture in your mind a GPS, right? You picture in your mind a GPS. Wherever you live right now, it might be 3 different roads that you can go to still get to the store. So if I go left and I told you we're going to the store, the moment that I go left, if you don't know that there are 2 other routes to get there, then all of a sudden, the moment I go left, you're going to jump in because you think I'm going to the wrong location, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you know every single route, everything that's going to go on every route, but the clearer you get with the vision, then when somebody does step outside a little bit, then now internally you're able to say, I'm going to start out with a question. Hey, man, I noticed that you made 3 extra phone calls today. We're only doing 1. What was the reason? And I figured if we duplicate, because we talked to 4 more people, then all of a sudden we get there faster. Okay, I can see how that could fit inside the division, because you can see it all the way at the end where you're actually headed. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, and this is the part that is actually probably the biggest challenge for ambitious, hands-on entrepreneurs. You got to just trust the people that you bring aboard. Building a team requires you trusting other people, but making sure you're spending time with the people to build them up, that when you do let the reins go, you're trusting that they are capable of actually stepping in. Because when you realize that somebody does something different than what you do and their creativity is actually working in your benefit, that is where you actually grow to get a full picture. If it's only to that point, if it's only what I can bring to the table, then it's only going to be limited to what I can bring to the table. But somebody who is extremely structured and you're really creative, then they bring structure to your creativity. We move faster to get down the road, right? And then here's the third thing. The more you write the vision, the more you speak the vision. If the person who is supposed to be on your team is on your team, you have the right leaders in place. The more you speak the vision, it will cause people that are out of line to course correct themselves. Right? So same thing, if I'm driving in a car and I say, we're going to the store, We are going to the store. Hey, man, I'm excited to get into the store. Then if they start veering off, they're like, hold on, that's not the direction of the store. Let me get back. Let me get back on the right road. Let me get back on the right road. So those would be the three things that I would do. I would make sure you write the vision really, really clear so that you know. The second thing, you're gonna have to trust people. You're going to have to trust them. Yeah, that's just a part of being in business with other people. And the more you trust people and empower people, it will actually create more momentum in the direction that you're headed. And then just continue to speak the vision enough to where people can have the opportunity to course correct as well.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine. Let me emphasize those three things again. Number one, make the vision so clear that it will be very easy for you to recognize a decoy. Then number two, you just have to trust your team. Then number three, keep repeating, keep repeating the vision. Even when there are people that are going off track, there's a way they correct because there's a way they correct themselves because they are hearing the vision continuously and consistently. Wow, thank you so much, Mr.
And wait. Let me add one more thing to that real quick about being very clear on your vision. Whether if you are just starting out, I want to give vision requires grace. Okay, vision requires grace because what I can bet your bottom dollar, if you've been an entrepreneur for more than 2 years, if you've been an entrepreneur for more than 6 months, your vision has changed. I know it. You can count it, clock it. It changes over the course of time. So even your own vision, you want to get so clear on your vision to where you can be honest enough when your vision changes a little bit. The end goal is still the same, but the route that you're going to get there, it tweaks. Whereas now it's not, man, I want to make a lot of money. That's maybe where it started off at. But now it's, man, I want to impact 1,000 people. Now it's, I want to have a store. Now it's, I want to have an online boutique. Now it's, I want to have a brand myself. Now it's, but it's okay to tweak the vision and be okay with that because grace comes within the vision. But when you write the vision, what you're moving for as the vision is written is the end goal that you want to get to.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine. And I can see Olushola hand has been raised since. So Olushola, I'm going to call you now. You have maximum of 2 minutes. Olushola, the mic is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Gbenga, and thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine. Wow, my brother earlier, Mr. Charles mentioned that a couple of your points resonated with him. For me, all of your points resonated with me. I actually took down all of your points, and I really, really learned a lot from it. Okay, so you mentioned something. You mentioned two things I'd like to reiterate again. Number one is you said copy the system, create your culture, build your culture. Man, that's so powerful. That's one of the most powerful things about today. A lot of people copy and just paste it directly, and they have problems with their businesses and whatever they are building. But like you said, copy the system, then build your own culture. That's number one. Number two is, which is where my question is. It is. You mentioned that you have to teach people the things that only you can do. And that's one of the major ways to preserve your legacy. Now, my question. If I teach people what things that only I can do, probably something that I've learned in the course of my experience, something that I've learned, a skill I've taken up in the course of struggles and, puzzling the street and everything. And now that I have all of these things as in my arsenal, and you want me to teach others so as to preserve my legacy, won't I be creating competition for myself?
Very good question. That answer lies, it's a couple of different things that go into that. Okay. The first thing is, if you make the commitment to yourself to always operate in excellence, we're going to start there. Always operate in excellence. And if you feel like this is the place that God has called you to be and that God has led you to, first of all, there is no competition. Your piece of the pie is your piece of the pie. I kid you not. McDonald's is not the only burger place in the world. It's not. It's the largest, but it is not the only one. There are multiple burger places that make millions of dollars every single year, every single month, and they have a system. If you go inside of a McDonald's, if you go inside of a Brahms, if you go inside of a Jack in the Box, if you go inside of any fast food place, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to have a grill on the inside that they cook the food on real quick, and then they got a cashier at the front. There's a system in place. You got to know that what you bring to the table is unique, which brings me to my answer to your question. There is something, and I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. It is something called USP. USP. Okay? What that stands for is your unique selling proposition. Your unique selling proposition. So what do you do differently than the next company? Even if somebody could duplicate your exact system, know everything that you do, there is something that's going to be proprietary to you because of what you bring to the table. That's what you have to identify. If you're going to have a delivery service, we deliver in 30 days. We deliver in 20 days. We deliver in 10 days. We deliver in 48 hours. We deliver with a bow on the side of your box. You have to find something that we deliver through a drone. We deliver, it's got to be something. We deliver with a smile on our face. Chick-fil-A is a prime example. Chick-fil-A, everybody at Chick-fil-A, they talk about Chick-fil-A for two different things specifically. They talk about the customer service. Everybody says, it's my pleasure. That's what they talk about for no matter if they had to walk out 17 bags to your car. When you say thank you, they say my pleasure. That's the unique selling proposition. It don't matter how much work, you still feel like you're not inconveniencing them because they said it's my pleasure. All of a sudden, that's number one. Number two, they're closed on Sundays. You're a fast food place and you're closed on Sundays? I don't understand. But guess what happens every Monday morning? You can't even get in the line without waiting for 30 minutes because people didn't get it all Sunday. Everybody who craved it on Sunday is in line on Monday. That's their unique. We're not open on Sunday. You got to figure it out. But they do double the amount of business on Monday, even though they're closed. So you have to identify what your unique selling proposition is. Number one. Number two, immaculate customer service, whatever you're going to do, your unique selling proposition. And then all of a sudden, you're not in competition anymore because it is what you bring to the table that's going to outlive.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine. That's wonderful. And I also quickly want to add something. You see, an insecure leader sees everybody as a competition. But when you are a secure leader, you don't have any competition. Most times when you see leaders not wanting to replicate themselves in the people that they are leading, it's a struggle with insecurity. And I love the direction that Mr. Jermaine came from. He said, number one, you create your unique selling point. There's something that even when they are offering what you are offering, why can't you offer it faster? Why can't you, there's a way around it. And at that level, there's no competition at that level. So always go to that level where there's no competition. Thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine, for that wonderful addition. So thank you. We really want to appreciate you once again, Mr. Jermaine. This session for me personally, and I believe for other entrepreneurs across the world, has been a power pack session. I've learned a lot. I have a lot of punchlines here. I've made up my mind that after this session, I'm just going to go somewhere and reflect on some of your points. And please, I want us to try as much as possible. Please, let's connect with the guest speaker. I believe you're on Instagram, you're on LinkedIn. Let's follow him on Instagram. You can also do well to put your link on the chat box. Let's follow him. Let's encourage him. And then once again, I want us to show some love. Let's appreciate Mr. Jermaine. Once again, Mr. Jermaine, it has been a wonderful time with you. And finally, there's a question that I would like to ask you, and it's not a personal question. It's a question that has to do with this platform. It's a question that has to do with this community. And we normally call it the FRA question. So in 1 minute, Mr. Jermaine, you're going to tell us concerning this community of entrepreneurs. We want to hear, number one, I call it the FRA question. We want to hear the F, which is your feedback. Then the second one, which is the R, which is your recommendation. That your recommendation be a podcast. What?
Hold on, wait, say that one more time. You cut out. I got the F.
Yeah,
give me the recommendation.
So the first one. Yeah, I said the recommendation can be a book, can be a podcast, maybe a book that you feel we should read, or maybe something we should listen to. So feedback, recommendation, and the last one is what is your advice for this community? So FRA in 1 minute. The mic is yours, Mr. Jermaine.
My first feedback is y'all should be grateful for every leader that is a part of your movement. I'm going to start there. So the feedback is that y'all have amazing energy. Y'all are in the right place at the right time. And where you are, do not take it for granted, because so many people do not have the opportunity to have somebody pouring into them to help you have an opportunity to win. That's feedback. Recommendation. My recommendation is a book called How to Wow. How to Wow. Okay. And it's a book about presenting. And if you want a second book on top of that, I'll tell you How to Win Friends and Influence People. That right there is for any leader that wants to be connected to somebody who's helping them get to the next level. And then I'll give you one more book. It's a book called 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. That book will have you looking at yourself in the mirror and making yourself grow. Okay. And then the last thing, what was the last one more time? The last one was.
The last one, your advice.
Okay. Advice. Okay. The last one, the advice that I have is decide that you're not going to quit. That's it. Decide that you are not going to quit and you are going to grow. As an entrepreneur, I know somewhere in our minds, we're thinking that, okay, hit the jackpot, hit the lottery, I can put my feet up and I'm good. But when you go through the valley moments, the entrepreneurs that win the most and at the biggest, highest level, they actually learn, grow, and develop whenever they're going through a valley moment, because something is developed in those moments. When other people quit and you persevere, you become different and you separate yourself from the pack. So now when you look back and you're able to give advice or hope to somebody else, they hear you from a different place because you're able to speak through the trenches, you're able to speak through the mountain highs and everything in between.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine, for the feedback, for the recommendation, and for the advice. And Mr. Jermaine, I want to say something. Your energy is out of this world. I love your energy. Keep it up. And there's this, we're going to be having the biggest festival in November in Ghana, the Global Entrepreneurship Festival, from November 21st to 23rd at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Ghana. We love this energy and we'd love to have you around. And if you are here, you have not gotten your ticket for the biggest entrepreneurship festival in the world, make sure you get yours. So as we're going to be going, we are rounding up, and as Mr. Olushola mentioned earlier, we're going to be having our mantra. We all know it is part of our, membership creed, and it goes like this. It's a call and response mantra. You're going to put your hands together like this. You see, when you put your hands together like this as entrepreneurs, it signifies togetherness. It signifies synergy. It signifies unity. and I'm going to say something, then you chant it back to me. Admin, I would like you to unmute like 2 or 3 people that are going to be chanting this with me, and I'm going to say it. If you can achieve this much alone, you say it right back to me. How much more can we achieve together? 1, 2, 3, go. If you can achieve this much alone,
how much
more
together?
can we achieve together?
Much more we can achieve together.
So we're going to be going to the dance floor. Don't go anywhere. This is the time to connect. Drop in the chat box what you are doing. The link to your social media handle, and let's dance together. Thank you.
Where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
Under the sun, you know we are singing praises we are one people under the sun. Send down the rain, send down the rain on my people. Send down the rain to show we are one heart, one soul. No time to look around. You better keep it moving. Whether you the low or you the high, keep it moving. Whether you the sad or things they hard, just keep it moving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Together we fit to light the fire. You need me, I need you. You need me, I need you. I need me, I need you. We are one people under the sun, you know we are. We are one people under the sun. Send down the rain, send down the rain on my people. Send down the rain to show we are one heart, one soul.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships.